Hi everyone, this is Sheila and welcome to my Stretch Body Awareness class. Let's start with our legs out on the diagonal to our mat here, hands behind. We're going to just take our legs and slide them along the floor and then flex out. And then bring them back in and coming in. Rush out, slide, flex. Come in after you point your feet and breathe in. Just getting the legs a little bit warmed up here. Flex and point and come in once more and reach it out. Good. And flex and push through, point and lift. Let's do the same thing in the upper body. Lifting our arms up, reach, flex the hands, reach out, and then allow the body to curve as your arms come down. And then coming through again. Lift, come through the spine, up, flex the hands, take a deep breath in, push out, lengthen through the spine and the arms, and then allow back to curve, head goes down, and arms come down. Let's take two more of those, rolling through the spine as best you can. Reach, take a deep breath in, and exhale, flexing out, and curve it down, and a little bit of a roll, and then coming back up through. Lift, breathe, flex the hands, inhale, exhale, reach all the way up. Good, and come back down. Now we're going to take everything and put it together. So we're going to take that into a tight position here, and the legs and arms are going to work at the same time. So as the legs stretch out, arms come up, flex both hands and feet, take a deep breath in, push out through the heels and hands, and then let everything curve and come in and relax. Again, push out, hands come up, hands and feet flex, inhale, exhale, reach, good, and come back in, and drop, gather it in, third time, lift, stretch, reach, lengthen, up, flex, inhale, exhale, push, and come in, so we're tightening the whole body in here, and then we're going to extend it out once more, arms and legs, reach, lift, flex, breathe, reach out, lengthen, and come back in again, and stay. Good. Let's go to the front of the mat a little bit more, and we're going to just rock the knees side to side. So we're rocking from one side to the other. So now we're moving our bodies in the side to side direction. Before, when we're stretching out, we're going forward and back. So once more, let's go over to the side. Good. And come on, right. Let's scoot our hips back a little bit, bring our feet up closer, and now let's once again do a side-to-side motion with our legs, where we're making the knees go out in opposite directions. And breathe, shoulders are down, backs are straight. You can be supporting yourself here with the elbows nice and bent, just opening the knees, and close, and open the knees, and close. Let's shoot the legs out, come to a straight back, divine flesh is out. And now let's just rock side to side with the upper body, keeping both hips on the floor. I'm not asking you to go too far. We're just trying to get a side to side motion for that spine. Good. And reach. Up and over. And reach. Up and over. Let's take that one more time. And each time you go over, it may feel like there's a little more ease. You might get a little farther down on the elbow. And reach. Come on, right. So once again, we're going to take both those actions with legs and arms. So come to a bending position. As we open the legs, we're going to go drop over to the side, keeping both hips on the floor. So you get a little more stretch on the lower back. Come upright, bring your knees together, and open and go to the side. We have 3 more sets. Lift and open. Good. Lift and open. So there's a little coordination here, but not too bad. And open. Good. And lift and open one more time. And lift and over and up and over. Good. Coming up right. Getting the legs straight out, sitting up nice and tall. Let's take some isolations with the shoulders. So we're lifting the shoulders up and down, and lift and down. Reach them up and down, and lift and down. Let's bring them forward, still keeping the back straight. So forward, and then back, feeling the shoulder blades squeeze a bit. And now you open through the shoulder blades as the shoulders come forward and back. Good. And forward and back and forward and back. Let's flex our feet out, reset ourselves, making sure we're straight up on our sit bones there, and circle the right shoulder forward, lift, back, and down. Forward, lift, back, and down. Forward, lift, back, and down, and forward, lift, back. Keep those feet flexed. Other side, forward, lift it up, and back, and down. Really circling as big a circle as you can make it, making the shoulder be the leader. And forward, lift, back, and down, and forward, lift, back, and down. Go through the ball of feet and point. Toes and flex. Balls of the feet and point. And toes and flex. Ball, point, toes, flex. Last set. Ball, point, toes, and flex. Let's go into a pointed foot. Maintain that point, and we're going to circle the shoulders in the opposite direction, keeping that back straight. So right shoulder goes back, lift it up to the front and down. So you're really luxuriating in that shoulder circle, forward and down, to the back, lift it up, front and down, and back, lift it up, and front, and down. Other side, back, lift it up, to the front, and down, to the back, lift it up, and front, and down. Two more, back, lift, front, and down. Excellent, back, lift it up, to the front, and down. Let's beat the thighs out. And then bring our legs in, and we're going to cross one leg in front of the other. We're not trying to bring the heels very close to us. We're trying to really create more of a platform so your back will be nice and straight. And let's work with the head. Drop the head down. And coming up, chin goes up. As you work down with your chin, your back is straight. You feel that stretch in your upper neck and the upper back area. Lift up. Two more. Drop down. And lift it up, and drop it down, and lift it up. Come to a neutral position, and let's look directly to the side, not involving the shoulders. So you're really trying to make that neck and head do the motion here, over to the right, and over to the left. And you notice that on the side of the neck that's opposite from the direction you're going in, that you're going to find a stretch there. And that's what we're aiming for. And we are breathing, folks. Let's take it once more to the right. And then over to the left. Excellent. Coming neutral, let's take circles. Drop the head down. Circling around to the right. Chin goes up to the ceiling. Stretching out the front of the neck. Over to the side. And now down. Stretching the back of the neck. Keep going. Circling to the right. Lift it up. And to the left, drop it down. Two more. Trying to see if maybe you can make a bigger circle with the chin, because it's kind of like your pencil point there, your chin. And let's take that once more to the right, circling, and enjoying all the stretching that's happening in the neck in all positions. Let's drop down to the front and reverse that. So here we go to the left. Keeping the back straight, we've got the chin going up, carry it to the side, and drop it down. And you may find going in this other direction that there are places that haven't been stretched yet. It's a little surprising, but just keep going. Two more, trying to draw a bigger circle, or a bigger circumference of the circle with that chin over. And coming all the way down, chin down, and we're going to take that one more time. Circling over to the left. Lift it up. Carry it to the side. And down. Good. Keep the chin down. And let's see if we can roll forward
through our spine, folding at the hips there. We're not going to go all the way down, but I want you to get the idea of folding from the hips there. So we're kind of rocking forward, and then we're going to do that slight roll back up.
Let's bring our head all the way up, shoulders down. Drop the head down,
curve, and then start to fold forward from the hips, just to start to ease into this kind of a stretch. And roll back up,
and head. Repeat 2 more times. Roll the head down,
rolling through, feeling the fold in the hip flexors, and come back
and up. And you notice that your hands do help you.
So as you roll down, we're going to let the hands come forward, feel the fold in that hip. Good. And roll back up.
Excellent. Let's switch the legs that are in front. So we're making a different leg be in front of your other leg there. Keep the back straight. And let's take that roll again.
Chin down, roll forward, feel the hips. And this time you're going to try and reach the hands out a little bit more so our body is going down. You're going to find that you get more of a stretch on the back of the thigh of that front folded leg. And let's go a little slower and just hold it here, feeling a crease in the hip and the stretch. Then slowly rolling back up through that whole sequence
and come upright. Let's repeat that.
Roll down. So we're going over a little bit farther, but we're taking that same pathway. We roll and then feel a crease in the hips and drop the hands down and see how far you can let that go. Let's shake that head out a little bit. And then roll, coming through the spine,
upright. Head is the last one that comes up. 2 more.
Breathe, curve, slide the hands, fold at the hips. See how far down you can get. Maybe you can get your arms farther over and you feel more of a fold in those hips. And then rolling up. And you may feel a lot of stretching happening in your spine depending on how flexible you are on your spine this day. And then last time, let's roll down, slide. I haven't asked you to go to your full extent. This is sort of your medium range here of folding over. And then come back up again and come to an upright position.
Excellent. Let's switch back to the original leg in front. And this time we're going to go as far as we can. So we've got a nice tall position. Divine flesh is up from underneath and chins roll down.
Curve it, going forward, feeling the crease in the hip. And then really stretch those arms out as far as you can and allow the body to come down and settle. You go to your limit, shaking that head out, and then rolling back up through the spine, letting the hands drag up as you roll, and straighten. 3 more times, rolling down, slide, stretch, opening out through that spine as the arms come forward. You go as far over as you can, but remember you're working from the hip flexors. And then rolling up, and you may find that your front leg that's bent will get a little more stretch on the outside and back of the thigh. 2 more. Roll down. Breathe. Slide. Feel the hip flexors folding. Reach the hands out. We're just gently really opening up in a lot of different areas. Rolling up through the spine. Coming up in a sequential way. Shoulders down. Head comes upright last time. Roll, drop, slide, reaching out, letting the body go, head is dropped. You might be pretty far down compared to the first time and just enjoy how much more you've stretched. And then rolling back up, coming up right. Excellent. And straighten through the spine. Good. Maintain this position. We're going to go back to a side stretch. We're going to drop down towards the elbow, see if you can get that elbow down there, keeping this hip down, and let's reach the arm up and over. So we're trying to really feel that nice side stretch. We're going to let our arms swing. So we're going to go down, lift, breathing in, and then on the exhalation, reach that arm even farther over, trying to get more of a side body stretch. And drop down, lift, up, and swing over to the side, keeping the opposite hip on the floor, letting that head go. Swing, breathing, inhaling,
And then as you go over to the side, exhaling, increasing that side body stretch. Excellent. And let's take that once more. Drop down, lift, up, over, and stretch. Good. Let's put our hand on our knee, undulate it up through the back by pushing with the bottom hand, and then let's go to the other side. So we're being a little bit gentle as we go over because we stretched this side and now we're asking the muscles to contract, and we're doing it to the other side. So let's bring this arm up and over. We've got a flat body, so we're not curving this way. We're pressing the opposite hip on the floor and lengthen out through the arm and down with the hip, and you'll feel that beautiful side body stretch. And let's begin with the arms. Drop the arms down, you're breathing, lift, exhale, and add some weight with that hand so you get a little more stretch. Second time, here we go. Brush with the arm across, inhale, exhale, and lengthen out. Two more. Dropping down, breathing, lifting, trying to see if you can get a little farther over as the opposite hip stays on the floor. Really let that weight go into the side to stretch. Drop it down, lift, up, breathe, and lengthen. Good. And then hand goes on the knee and undulate up. So you should feel like both sides of your body are pretty long. Let's bring the legs together and let them come straight out. And just to help the hips after they've done that continued stretch out, let's make them go into a parallel position, flex. And we're going to push through the right heel and allow the hip to go with it so your upper body is twisting to the left. And then push and reach to the other side. Let's take this a number of times. Push, reach, and allow the upper body to twist. But the motivation is really coming from that heel. Here we go to the left. Let's take that again. Over to the right, shoulders are down. And push, and the left leg goes out. Last time. Right leg, hip, going out to the front, and shift, and push, and the leg going out. Excellent. Come to center, and shift those legs out. Good. Let's go on to our hands and knees, and we'll get involved in our lower back into some more traditional yoga cat-cows. So we're going to start with our hands and knees right under our knees are under our hips and our hands are underneath our shoulders, and we're maintaining a nice flat back all the way from the tailbone to the top of the head. From here, deep breath in. We're going to tilt the hips under so we can roll up into our cat position. Our lower back is going up to the ceiling. Push through and go into your arch. And rolling up through that lower back, up. Push through and go into your cow. Shoulders are down. Elbows are still slightly bent. They're not hyperextended. And then rolling up into your cat. Push through and go into your cow. Shoulders are down. And once more, rolling up into your cat. Lower back lifts. Push down and go into your cow. Good. Let's go back into a neutral position. And we're going to reach the arms forward as we reach the legs back, but we're going to do it in a opposite position so you practice some balancing. So we're going to brush out our back leg and lift it up. Foot is pointed. Brush out the front arm and reach and balance. And we've got the arm reaching away from the foot. Keep breathing, holding on to the abdominals so there's balance. But you also can start to feel some strength by using the reach away, the opposite pole there. And then slowly let both legs and hands come in. Let's take it to the other side. Leg goes out. Front leg reaching. In parallel position, you're pointing your feet. Slide the back hand forward and lengthen. So we're holding this. We're breathing, and we feel the opposite pole. And now see if you can bring them in at the same time. And let's take that again. Take it a little bit faster in a smoother motion. So both hands and legs go out, reach, and in, settle. Other side, out, reach, feeling the opposite pole, and in, and settle. Repeat. Front arm, back leg, reaching out, using abdominals, and come in together, and out, reach, breathing. Don't hold your breath. And in, and settle one more time. Reach back leg, front arm out. Good. And bring them in, and stay, and breathe out, and stretch. Good. And in, and stay. Let's go back into the cat and cow. So right away from here, lower back goes up to the ceiling, into your cat. You might find you get a little bit more range of motion. Push through, and cow. Rolling up, using the abdominals, lower back, lift. Push through, and cow. Repeat, rolling up, enjoying that flexibility in the lower spine there. Push through, and cow. And let's take that once more, rolling up into the lower back. Push through, and cow. Good, coming back to your neutral position. This time we're going to repeat the balancing with the legs and the arms going out, but we're going to use a flex. So back leg is going to come out and you're going to flex out through that heel. Front arm is going to come out, slide, and go into a flex also. So deep breath in while you're holding this position and push the hands and feet out. And then both hands and feet come in. And let's just take it slowly to the other side. Reach out, flex. Reach out and flex. So feel that nice balance. It is a balance. And then coming back in. And let's take that now in that smooth motion. So both hand and feet flex out, reach, holding onto the abdominals. Long line, coming in and settle. Holding the abdominals, push the front leg out and flex, back hand out and reach. Good. And come in. Keep going. Slide, push out through the heel of the hand and the foot. And coming in and breathe. Breathe out, flex. Push. Good. And in and stay. Let's take this once more. We're reaching out with the back foot, flexing out and reaching out through the palm of the front hand. Reach and come in and down. Last time. Reach out, front foot, back hand, flex, lengthen. Excellent. And come in and stay. And then let's just set back into a sitting position with our backs nice and tall. We've got our knees back in front of us. And we're going to just reach the arm up. Use the opposite hand to brace against the inside of that leg and twist. And now we have a twisting action in our torso, and we're making our arm do the work too. So reaching out, front, up, twist, and reach. Good. And front, lift up, twist, and reach. And front, lift it up, and to the back, and down. Swing the arm forward. We're going to reverse that, so we're going to the back, using that hand to press, twisting in the upper body, but obviously the hips have to stay still because you've got your hips and knees lined up going towards the edge of the mat there, around. Push back. Feel the opening that's happening in that shoulder and armpit area. Up and around. Good. And push back. And lift. And up. And down. And if you settle for a moment, you're going to notice you feel like a little twisted towards the front. Let's take it to the other side and we'll even that out. Front hand goes to the inside of the knee area, and back hand comes forward. Use the hand to press as you twist. Remember, this first time, you may not get as far as you will by the end of it, so let it gradually open. Lift, up, pressing, so you twist in the body, feel the opening in the armpit area and the shoulder. Again, third time, up, twist, press, reach. Last time, forward, lift it up, twist, press, and down. Let's bring that arm forward, and we're going to reverse it. So we're going back, twist, lift up, all the way to the front, and down. Reach into the back, feel that reach. Feel the armpit area, shoulder, getting some stretch, and down, 2 more. And back, breathing, lift, and front. Excellent, last time. To the back, and lift, and up, and down. Very nice. Let's come back forward, and we're on our knees, but we're going to bring our hands quite a bit forward, and we're going to just allow our hips to drop down. And you'll feel this in your back, but you're letting the weight of the hips to go down, and then we're going to push back. Don't go into child's pose, so you're going to just push the hips as far back and lengthen through the spine. And up, rolling through, push the hips forward, upper body comes upright. And push back, sending the hips far back as you can without letting them go down towards your heels. Lengthening through the spine, head comes down. 2 more. Up, press, drop, and arch. You might feel easier this time. Lift up, press, drop. Back towards the back of the room. Long reach. Up, over. Last time, dropping down, arching up, and come up, pushing those hips back, keeping the arms long, and feel the length from the hands all the way through the arms and armpits, all the way on the sides of the body to the hips there. Good. And then let your hands come in and go into a true child's pose, and just relax, elbows are down, and feel that lower back lengthening out and settling. Good. And then let's roll up through the spine and come to an upright position. We're going to go back into a sitting position and work with the hip. So from here, we're going to sit facing the opposite direction, just so we get a different viewpoint here. Backs are straight, feet are flat on the floor, and you might need to bring them up a little bit closer to your derriere. And then we're just going to drop the front hip down and up. So we're opening up the inside thigh, drop it down and up. Drop it down, good, and lift. Drop it down, and lift. Let's take it to the other side. Drop it down. You have to take my word for it that I'm doing it to the other side. I know you can't see it. And drop it down and open. And you notice the other leg is the anchor leg, and it is not moving. The knee stays up to the ceiling. Open it out, and close, and open it out. And close. Let's shoot the legs out, flex the feet, and open them up a little bit. And we're going to do the same kind of thing with the hip there. So I'm rotating the front hip out as this stays like as an anchor. And then I'm going to rotate it in, and I'm going to allow the body to lift, the hips to lift a little bit on the outside so that I get a rock over. And then open and press. So we're working that inside hip area, and then the outside hip area as you come in. Repeat that. Open it out. Good. And close it up. And open it out. And close it up. Good. Relax that. Let the feet relax. And you're going to notice the leg that we just worked on feels a little bit different in terms of its orientation to the floor. It might feel lower. Let's take it to the other side. Hands are behind. We're not lifting up the shoulders or slouching. We're flexing. And then we're going to take that back leg up. Let's start rotate it out first. We're rotating it out, and then we're rotating it in at the hip, and you allow your upper body to roll to the front of it. And then up and rotate out. Notice that front foot is staying very anchored and very in place. It doesn't rock. And in with the hip. So we're stretching out. And open it out. Good. And rotate it in. Excellent. And last time, rotate it in, out. And rotate it in. Good. And come back to a neutral position. Let the feet relax. And sit up tall. You might find that you can actually sit up more tall because we've released through these hips somewhat. And let's bring the legs together, feet are pointed. And let's take a little bit of a forward fold. We're just going to keep our hands right here at the hip, feet are pointed. We're going to lift up out of our hips so our spine gets longer. and then just fold forward and try to maintain a flat back. So this is reminiscent as we come back up and repeat this of what we did at the beginning with our legs crossed and folded and come upright. Good. Let's repeat that. Coming over. So we're just starting to say hello to the top of our hamstrings and up. Good. And folding from the hips. So we're really just going small motion there. Feet are still pointed. And come up right. Good. Let's flex the feet out so you're pushing out your heels. Once again, reset the divine flesh. Coming upright and repeat it. So lifting up out of the hips and getting a long spine as we fold over. And I'm putting my hands right in that hip crease so that I do not try and fold from anywhere else. And so it helps. It's like a little tactile reminder of what you're doing. Going over to that diagonal and lift. And you'll notice that you get more of a stretch. If you need to bend your knees, you can, as long as you're feeling some kind of stretch in the upper hamstring here. And up last time. And fold over. Good. And come up right. Let's relax the feet, beat the thighs. And we're going to go back over into that position with the feet pointed. So we're sitting up tall, tall backs, feel the fold. We go through that flat back. And then try to lengthen the body over and down. And you're going to go to your stance, hands come in front, and then dropping that head down, chin goes to the chest. So this is a very much more of a stretch through the hamstrings. And you may feel it in your back and other parts of your body. But it's mainly the hamstring and your spine. You might feel this. Folding from those hips. Let's take 4 deep breaths. So inhale, exhale, and try to allow the body to lower over, making your hands hinge forward. Feet are still pointed. 3 more. Deep breath in. Exhale and release and allow the body to fold over as much as you can. Really trying to gradually increase the stretch. 2 more. Deep breath in. Exhale. You might have a little noise or sigh as you take the exhalation and lower the body over more. And last time, deep breath in. And exhale. Inch the hands if you can and lower and let everything go. Chin is relaxed. Shake the head out. Shake the shoulders out. And then shake the hips out. And you may find that allows you to have a little more forward momentum and increase the stretch. Then using your hands, we're going to push into the forward to roll up through the spine. Coming to an upright position. Good. Let's come back to the center. We're going to have our knees bent, and we're going to do that rocking that we did at the beginning of class. So hands are behind, and then we're folding the legs and dropping over to the side, and up and over, and side. Now, if you can, this time, let's try and keep our bodies facing front, and you may feel a little stretch right here as you let the knees go up and over. But you may find more ease in your body this second time because of all the work we've just done. And let's take it over, and then let's just do one more time. So here we go, up and over. Excellent. And up and over. Very good. Let's come up, and now we're going to go face the other direction. Have our legs go straight out. We're going to do that forward fold with flex foot. If your knees are bent, that's fine. And if you don't get as far, that makes total sense because the flex in the feet make you have a little bit more stretch through the hamstring. So divine flesh is out. Hands can be right here to help you start this. And we're going to lift up out of the body and then fold over at those hips. And you'll be feeling this right away. Hands are down. And just lower the body down as best you can. You go to your limit. Again, you can have your feet on your knees bent. Let's drop that head and shake it out just to set up this position. And here we go. Deep breath in. As you exhale, sigh and allow the body to just melt down a little bit more. Hands may come forward. Excuse me. And let's take another deep breath in. And inch and fold. You're doing this very gradually. Keep that head nice and loose. Try not to hold tension in the neck. Third time, deep breath in. Exhale.
exhale, allow the hands to come forward as the body lowers. And fourth time, deep breath in. And exhale, you might make a loud sigh to help you. Sound helps sometimes to get into a position. And we're folding and we feel the crease in the front of the hips, and we feel the stretch in the backs of the hamstrings and possibly in the back of your lower spine. You might find that you get a stretch in the rest of your spine as well. Let's shake that head out and shake the shoulders out. It may help you to loosen up a little bit more, and then wiggle the hips side to side and see if that helps you get a little lower position. Then using the hands, we're going to push against the floor to roll back up through the spine, coming to an upright position, and then release the legs. Good. Let's bend the knees by sliding our hips forward, grab and hold the back of the knees, and we're going to just curve our spine down to the floor. Allowing the knees to travel up, and we're coming to a flat back position here, and adjust that through the spine, and your knees are straight up. And we're going to take a little bit of abdominal work. So let's have our arms out to the side. We're going to lift the front knee up, and then take a deep breath in and try to roll your head up towards that knee. And then roll it back down. Roll it up so the chin goes to the chest, and you lift up. Knee stays right where it is, and come down. Repeat. Roll, coming up. And roll, coming down. And roll the chin up. And roll the chin down. Good. Let's bring that leg down. So we're just working in the upper abdominals in the body here. Bring the other leg up, knee lifts, and put it in a position that's, comfortable for you. You can hold it. Anchoring with this leg. And then again, chin, roll, lift towards that knee, and roll down and relax. Breathe. Roll, chin, up. Roll, and come down. Two more. And roll it up. Try to press the lower back into the floor so you're getting a little engagement here. And down. And once more. Rolling up. Lift, and rolling down, and release. Now, if your neck gets tired there, then you can take your hands behind, help with the hands as you take that roll up. We're going to move on to the lower part of the abdominals here. So we're going to take that front leg, lift it up, we're going to flex, and then we're going to push up to the ceiling by pressing the lower back into the floor. So we're engaging the lower abdominals. It's not that much of a motion. And release. And you'll notice that your head is going to reflect too. Let's start again with a slight bent knee, lower back to the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Press with that leg straight up and press the lower back into the floor. Back goes down, heel comes up. You notice your head gets activated as well. And release and soften the knee, lower back on the floor. Inhale. Exhale, press up with that heel, press the lower back into the floor, engaging your abdominals. And release and bend the knee. And let's take it once more. Inhale. Exhale, press out through the heel, press the lower back into the floor, and feel the engagement right with the lower abdominals. Release, bend the leg, and bring it down. Let's take it to the other side. We're bringing that leg up, it's flexing. Here we go. We're pressing up through the heel, press the lower back into the floor, and you'll notice you get some reaction in your head, engaging your abdominals, and then release the leg and release the body. Breath in, push, leg goes straight up, trying to get that hip off the floor as you press the lower back into the floor. This leg will help you, engaging your abdominals, and release, and let it go. Deep breath in, press, push, and lengthen through the heel, lower back into the floor, engaging the abdominals, and release. We got one more. Breath in, exhale, press up, lower back to the floor, heel up to the ceiling, abdominals are engaged, and then release, let the head come down, and leg comes down. Let's bring the right leg in. So now we're going to put our focus into the hip area. We're hugging into the knee. This leg stays nice and anchored there, and really pull it in so that you feel that fold in the hip. Now we're going to take the front hand, same arm as leg, slide the hand to the inside and open that hip out to the side. This leg stays in an anchor position and you feel an increased stretch on the inside thigh there as you let that leg go out. Bring it in towards the armpits and then into the chest. And then we're going to change hands and let the front hand drop to the floor, back hand crosses over. And we're going to bring that knee across towards the other side, still anchoring with the bent knee with the foot on the floor. And you won't get much of a motion, but you'll notice that you're kind of getting some interesting sensations in the inside of the hip there. You may feel a stretch on the outside here. Let's come back to the chest and switch hands. So we're coming into the chest, switching hands, opening out, and feeling the inside thigh get a stretch. You might feel like you can get a little farther over. And coming in, we're going to take this a total of 4 times. So it's really like a swing with that hip. Switching hands, bringing it across. And again, this motion is very limited. And coming up, hands come in, knee to the chest, swing it open, really anchoring with that back leg. And you can really feel more of a deeper stretch in the inside thigh there. Swing it in and switch hands. This time you might find as you bring that knee across that you can get a little bit farther. So we're opening up the ligaments and the muscles and tendons. And then coming in, and let's take it one more time. So we're really opening out in the semicircle, drop it down, enjoy the increased flexibility you feel in the inside thigh. Coming back in again and across. Switching hands and move it across. And you'll find that it feels like you're getting a little bit more of a motion there. And you may feel more of a stretch underneath here and in the inside hip there. Coming back to the knee to the chest, let's put the foot down. Now we're going to slide the leg out and take our hands and slide them along the thigh, flex that foot, and then give it a little bit of massage in there because we've opened up areas of that hip that we don't ordinarily work with. Good. Let's let the other legs come down. I want you to notice the difference between the legs and how the hips are setting. And then we're going to roll to the side. Bottom arm comes underneath you. Top hand is here. And you're going to come up and undulate up through the spine. And we're going to take it to the other side. So once again, from here, we're in a tight position here, sitting up with a straight back. Hands come down, we're going to roll down through the spine, letting our hands slide and stretching our legs out. Good. Let's bring the front leg to the side, foot to the floor, knee to the ceiling, and other leg out to the side, foot to the floor, knee to the ceiling. So you set yourself up here in that support position. Back leg will be the anchor. Front leg comes in, holding that knee into the chest. And then front hand wraps around, back hand goes to the floor. And now you're opening up that inside thigh. This first time, you may not feel that you can get very far. You will feel that stretch in the inside thigh. Bringing that knee back in. We're going to switch hands, and we're going to take that front hand and put it on the floor as we pull across, knee towards the opposite side. And you may not really get very far there. Coming back into the hugging knee position, making sure this stays anchored, and opening, switching hands, and see if you can let that leg come out a little bit more and increase the stretch in the inside thigh. Bringing it back into the chest, and enjoying that sort of circular motion that we're doing with that hip, and then bringing it across. And again, not much of an increment there as we come across, but you may start to feel it in these muscles there. Let's take that third time, switching hands, hugging the knee into the chest, and opening it out. Now this third time, you may find that you really did increase your flexibility through the inside thigh there, and bring that knee in, using the hands to help you, and then switching, breathing, crossing over. This third time, you might find all of a sudden you can get a little bit more over. Notice where you're feeling this. And then once more, in, out,
and around and down as far as you can go. Really opening up that inside thigh and then coming back in. Changing arms, crossing it over and letting the knee go to the opposite side as you increase the stretch through here and also the inside part of the hip there. Good. Let's bring the knee into the chest. We're going to slide this leg down and we're going to go out into a flex foot and we're going to have the hands nice going into that hip to just sort of massage in that area that we just worked with. Good. Let's bring this leg back up again. And we'll continue to work with this leg. Let's rotate the leg out. We've got a flex position and we're trying to, with our feet, and we're trying to brace that back of the ankle against the thigh. And then we've got the knee going out. So you have a little bit of a hole here in this part of the hip area. So it's opening up that hip. We're going to increase the stretch underneath here by taking our hands and bringing them behind that whole leg and trying to bring the leg towards us, maintaining that rotation. You may be able to brace with your elbow against the thigh there, so you can bring the ankle towards you and keep that in a flat line. And you notice as you slowly bring that leg towards you, where you're getting a stretch. Let's just hold the position we're in here. Remember, the bottom leg is staying, or the opposite leg is staying nice anchored for you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, and let's slowly try and bring that leg a little bit closer. Again, increments are not big here. Shoulders are down. We are doing some work with our hands, but we're trying to maintain that pressure against the thigh so that we can keep that leg rotated out and get the stretch in the back of the thigh going into the glutes. Deep breath in. Exhale, bringing it a little bit closer. And each time you come a little closer, you're going to find that you get more of a stretch. And you don't want to open up so much. You want it to still stay a little bit crossed over in the original position where the ankle lined up with the thigh of the other leg. And let's take it once more. Deep breath in. Exhale and hold. And bring that leg a little bit closer. So you'll be surprised at how much closer you are. And you'll really feel the area that we're stretching, an area that we hardly ever do any kind of stretching. And it really helps to relax the leg and also prevent pain from the lower back going down through the legs. And then ease off. Allow the leg to rest there. Let's once again go into this hip here with our fingers and just relax the hip area by massaging in the hip. Good. And then bring the leg back into a parallel position. You can relax that foot. Bring the knee into the chest. Hug it in, and you may find that there's much more ease there for you. And then put the foot down and let's take it to the other side. So the other leg's coming up, the foot flexes. We open it out. We put the back of the ankle there, of the lifted leg against the anchor leg on the thigh there. And let's just go into that hip a little bit and do a little preliminary massaging in the hip. And you might have one leg that is a little tighter than the other. And we're trying to press this thigh out as we have the hip stay right where it is. So you feel a little opening again right here in the hip, the front of that hip there as it rotates out. Okay, deep breath in. We're going to take the hands and bring them behind and underneath. And we're trying to press out with the elbow of the back arm against the thigh so you can maintain a flat position. And we're not trying to open up through that hip. We want to keep it crossed like it was if it was right against your the ankle against the thigh there. So here we are in our opening position. Deep breath in. As we exhale, we're trying to pull in a flat position here. So that the heel lines up with the knee there and does an ankle. And bring it towards you, and you can feel that stretch that begins to happen in the outside of the thigh going into the gluteus area. Let's take that again, deep breath in. As you exhale, gently pull that leg closer to you to increase that stretch. Good. And again, deep breath in. Exhale and pulling forward. Where do you feel this? Again, this is a stretch we don't do usually at all in any way, shape, or manner, but it really does ease lower back pain and then having that pain go all the way down to the back of the leg, otherwise known as sciatica. Deep breath in, let's take it once more. Exhale and pull as much as you can, trying to maintain that flat position of that lower leg. And then release that leg, let it come back down onto the thigh. And again, little massage in that hip joint. You may find that you can have an easier time to rotate that leg out. And then grab the leg, relax the foot so it's not flexed, bring the knee into the chest. And notice how much more ease you have in terms of bringing that leg to the chest, feet down. Let's slide the legs out. And we're going to flex out through the heels, and we're going to bring our arms over the head and flex out through the palms. Deep breath in. Exhale. Now push the palms away from the heels. This is similar to what we did at the beginning of the class, but we're lying down, and you're going to get an arch in that lower back. You can see my lower back is lifted off the floor. And then release. Let's take that once more. Deep breath in. Exhale, press out through the heels and reach. So heels reach out, hands reach out, and you feel the lower back lifting off the floor. Excellent. And release. Good. We're going to take one arm and leg similar to when we were doing that on the hands and knees reach. So let's take your left hand, flex it, and your right foot, flex it. Deep breath in. Push the hand and the foot away. It's a diagonal line, and your hips will tilt. But you're getting a nice stretch all the way through right heel and left palm. And release. Let's take it to the other side. Right hand, left foot, deep breath in. Exhale, we're reaching out. Long line. So the opposite X there, the opposite diagonal, reaching. Hip will tilt. Let's repeat that. Relax. Left hand, right foot, breathe in, exhale. Flex out through both the hand and the foot. Feel that hip tilting. And release. And then right hand, left foot, deep breath in, exhale. We'll reach out. And hip will tilt. You're trying to sort of lengthen yourself by doing these diagonal stretches. And release. Good. Bring the arms back down to your side. Let's feet on the thighs here into the floor. And then we'll rock the hips side to side, helping your body settle. And then come to stillness. And then we're going to make our feet go in a foot drum so your whole body reflects that. Excellent. Good. Okay, we're going to bend the back knee to the side, foot to the floor, ceiling. Knee goes to the ceiling. And then the front leg. Out to the side, foot to the floor, knee to the ceiling, adjust that spine because your spine will have lengthened out. And now we're going to take a deeper hamstring stretch. So we're going to use the back knee as the anchor, bring the knee, front knee into the chest. It should come in quite a bit because of the work we just did. And we're going to take a deep breath in, grab a hold of the lower leg somehow, and lift the leg up. And you don't have to form the leg into a point or a flex at this point. So we're really working on that hamstring. And then bend the knee in. We're going to try and maintain the knee where it is, and then extend the lower leg up. You may not come to a completely straight leg, as long as you're feeling some stretch down here. And you've got an anchor in the back leg. Trying to bring that leg closer to you. Bend the knee in, once again, hugging the knee into the chest. And then extend, reach, and lift. Good. Maybe you get a little farther over. Let's take that once more. Bend the knee in, knee to the chest. And extend, reach, and lift. Now, once again, we do not have a formed foot. And if your legs is more here, that's fine, as long as you're feeling a stretch here. And we're going to gently do a little forming of the foot by flexing out to the heel, which is going to greatly increase that stretch that we're working on. And then we'll go down through the ball of the foot and into a point. Pull the toes back and flex out through the heel again. Shoulders are down, hands are loose. Push through and point. Toes come up and flex, trying to reach that heel out as far as you can towards the ceiling. 2 more sets, ball the feet and point. Good. Toes and flex, breathing through this, be kind to yourself. And ball the foot and point and toes and flex. Good. Release the foot, shake it out, bring the knee into the chest. And let's put the foot down and once again, flex out through the heel as you get that leg long, and we're going to push the heel away. So now we get a tilt in the hip, going down towards the foot, and then release. Again, push and tilt, and release. Push the heel out and down as the hip goes with it, and release. Last time, push it out, tilt, and release. Good, relax the foot, draw the leg up, and plant it on to the floor. And you'll feel that that side feels different than the other side. And let's take it to the other side. Keeping this leg is now the anchor. So the back leg comes in, bring the knee into the chest. Again, you should feel like there's some ease there. Keeping the knee where it is, foot is not formed. Grabbing the hold of the lower leg somehow, and straightening as much as you can. Again, you may be having your leg out more towards the floor, to the ceiling. Whatever your stretch is available today, that's where you're going to go for. So you feel the hamstring stretch here. And then we're going to bend the knee back in again. Deep breath in. As you exhale, lengthen the lower leg up, trying to keep the knee where it is, going to as much of a straight leg as you can. You're still anchoring with the bent knee. And third time, bend the knee in. Exhale and reach and lengthen. And we have a fourth time, bending the knee in. Trying to breathe and relax. Exhale as much as you can. I know that sounds strange to try and relax into the stretch, but that's actually what you're trying to do so you can really focus on the hamstring length. Okay, here we go into the forming of the foot. Be gentle this first time, so we're going into that flex position. And so you're going to increase the stretch in the hamstring there. And then we're going to go through the ball of the foot and point. Toes come up and flex. You may find your legs are shaking a little bit. That's because we're really opening up and lengthening in areas that have been tense or held. And then ball the foot and point. And toes and flex. 2 more. Breathing, ball the foot and point. And toes, pressing out through the heel. And last time, ball the foot and point. And toes and flex. Good. Relax the foot, bring the knee into the chest, hugging it in. And then we're going to let the foot come to the floor. We're going to flex out through the foot as we push out and lengthen that leg. And now push the heel away and the hip will tilt and follow. And release it. Breath in, exhale, tilt and follow. Push it out. And release. 2 more sets. Breathe in, press out through the heel and press out through the hip. And release. And last time, breath in. Exhale, press out through the heel, pushing the hip out and down. And release. Good. Bring the leg back in. Let's fold over to the front. Bottom arm comes underneath. Knees come under. And we're going to roll up through the spine and come to a sitting position. So we've done quite a bit of work in lots of different places. You're going to really feel that in your hip. But because we've opened up the hip, we can now go into a side leg stretch. So we get into inside thighs. You're going to go as far as you can. And you want to sit up nice and tall. So if your legs need to be a little closer, So you're not rolling on your back. That's where I would like you to be. Let's just sort of rock side to side. We've been opening up in those hips, so it shouldn't feel particularly difficult to do. And we're sort of getting a little undulating motion here. And let's come into the center position and flex our feet, and now repeat that rock. And because we've got the feet flexed, you may feel ankle more, and you can really go through the hips and get some good, nice motion going on there. Good. Okay, let's point the feet, and we're going to take a roll forward now with our legs in front. So our hands are down, drop the head down, curve forward, slide the hands out, and remember we go back to feeling the fold in that hip creaser, that hip flexor area, dropping down, feeling the inside thigh, get a little more of a stretch. Maybe you can feel the legs reaching out a little bit away from each other to increase that inside thigh stretch. Wherever you are, if your knees are bent, you can allow that to happen. I want you to really focus on the inside thigh stretch, and your weight is forward in your hands. So if here or even here, that's fine. Here we go. We're going to be starting from our first position. Inhale, exhale, slide the hands out and allow the body to drop. And as you drop and let the weight really go into the hands and let the shoulders be loose and the head is loose, you're going to increase and feel the stretch in the inside thigh more. Second breath in. Exhale, if you can, inch the hands out and allow the body to go a little farther forward. Weight is down, heavy. Shake that head out. Let's shake the shoulders out and then also shake the hips out. So you may find that helps you to get a little lower. Deep breath in. Exhale, if you can inch the hands out more, that's fantastic. If you've not gotten very far, but you're still feeling the stretching in the inside thigh, that's all to the good. You go to your limit. Last time, deep breath in. Exhale, reach the hands out and allow the body to go down, keeping the shoulders down. Go as far as you feel comfortable going. And just sort of try to breathe through the stretch. Again, there's that concept of relaxing into the stretch. And keep it going. Good. From here, we're going to take our hands and roll up by pressing the hands into the floor and walking up towards your body. Good. Let's bring the legs together and shake them out. Let's go back into one of the first stretches we did just to see where we are. So we're going to fold the legs, getting the divine flesh out from underneath. And we've got a straight back. We're going to rock over to the side, getting the elbow down, feeling the arm stretch over. You may find that you have a much more ease here. Coming up, press, and let's go to the other side and reach. So the opposite hip is staying down. Let's repeat that. Up and over and release through that side body, keeping the hip on the floor. Up and over and release. Keep going. Up and over, let the shoulders relax and just feel the joy and the fun in making this sort of windmill action. And the fact that your body's allowing you to do this. Let's take this up and over last time. Breathe, stretch, let that head go. And up and over and to the last side, reach, keep the opposite hip on the floor. And then push and come to an upright position. Let's bring our arms out, breathing in, clasping the hands together. Bring them to your heart chakra. And I want to thank you for joining me on this level 1 journey of stretching out. And I hope you feel great through all of your body, especially when you stand up. You should feel nice and lengthened and open. Take care.